We start tonight with a shocking development out of Sauk County, Wisconsin. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office has officially identified both the suspect and the victim in a recent homicide investigation that rocked the town of Baraboo. We have the names of Susan Paul and George Paul, and we break down everything we know about this tragic event and the ongoing investigation.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALAN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we shift gears completely to the world of basketball and the LA Clippers. Following a lottery that turned into a dream come true, the Clippers have secured some incredible draft assets for the next 6 years. We are diving deep into the specific picks, including the 5th overall pick in 2026, and the major swaps involving the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Philadelphia 76ers, to see how this reshapes their future. We are moving straight into the drama surrounding the Philadelphia 76ers as they head into the offseason. Paul George is speaking out after the team was swept by the New York Knicks, assessing the tough 2 years in Philly, and sharing his candid perspective on the roller coaster season, including his struggles with injury and suspensions. And finally, we continue with Paul George's reflections on the Sixers' performance. We look at how George navigated the ups and downs, the tough losses against the Knicks, and his appreciation for the incredible fan support he received throughout this challenging period. Don't miss the full breakdown of the Clippers' draft future and what this means for the NBA landscape. Stay with us. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office has concluded the identification of both the suspect and the victim in a recent homicide that occurred in the town of Baraboo. The incident took place on Friday afternoon at Peewit's Nest, a nature preserve outside Baraboo. The victim has been identified as Susan Paul, 80, a resident of Prairie du Sac. The suspect has been identified as George Paul, also 80, who resides in Prairie du Sac and remains in custody at the Sauk County Jail. Authorities reported that George Paul shot and killed Susan Paul at Peewit's Nest. Following the shooting, the suspect reportedly proceeded to the Sauk Prairie Police Department and fired shots into the building. However, there were no injuries reported among those inside. Roads surrounding Peewit's Nest in the town of Baraboo were closed on Friday, May 8, 2026, to facilitate the ongoing homicide investigation. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office confirmed that the investigation is ongoing, though criminal charges have not yet been filed against George Paul as of Monday morning. The LA Clippers have secured a promising future following a successful lottery, resulting in a valuable set of draft assets for the franchise. After the trade deadline, concerns about the team's future were high, particularly after the Paul George trade, but team management, spearheaded by Lawrence Frank, has positioned the Clippers for a proper rebuild. While identifying the right players to develop into franchise cornerstones remains a significant challenge, the current draft haul offers substantial optimism for Clippers Nation. The updated list of draft picks spanning the next 6 years includes several key opportunities. For 2026, the Clippers are slated to receive the 5th overall pick, the 36th overall, and the 52nd overall second-round pick, thanks to protections stemming from the Ivica Zubac trade. Future picks show continued strategic maneuvering. 2027 involves a first-round swap with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 2028 second-round pick, initially linked to the Dallas Mavericks, was ultimately routed to LA via the Ivica Zubac trade. The 2029 year features a first-round pick swap involving the Philadelphia 76ers, alongside an unprotected first-round pick from the Indiana Pacers. The 2030 draft year includes both a first- and second-round pick, tied to the Utah Jazz and Charlotte Hornets. The 2031 and 2032 seasons also feature first- and second-round picks. These draft prospects provide significant reasons for optimism. The front office has flexibility to either focus on scouting foundational players or engage in draft trades to optimize positioning for desired targets. Furthermore, with Kawhi Leonard still on the roster, the team has the potential to significantly expand its stock room by trading the two-time champion before his contract concludes. However, the report cautions that the front office must exercise caution. They are advised against spending heavily to construct packages aimed at acquiring a superstar, having witnessed the pitfalls of such moves. The current situation should be viewed as a fortunate circumstance. The Philadelphia 76ers are entering the offseason following a disappointing sweep by the New York Knicks. Despite staging a historic comeback in round one of the playoffs, where they rallied from a 3-1 deficit to defeat the Boston Celtics, the team failed to maintain momentum against New York. The loss to the Knicks has left the Sixers in a challenging position as they look toward the upcoming offseason and the next season. Noi Dung Kai Tight. The Philadelphia 76ers enter the offseason following a sweep by the New York Knicks, marking a challenging conclusion to their season. Despite pulling off a historic first-round rally by defeating the Boston Celtics, the team struggled to maintain momentum against New York. /and star player Paul George reflected on the tumultuous nature of his season, which included missing the first 12 games due to knee surgery, a 25-game suspension for violating anti-drug policy, and a return for the final 10 games of the regular season. His playoff run ended with a disappointing performance against the Knicks, contrasting with a strong first quarter showing in Game 3, where he scored 15 points on 6 for 9 shooting, followed by a significantly reduced output in the remainder of the series. /and George attributed the loss to the New York team's escalating momentum, stating, "We hung in there against Boston. I thought we pulled everything that we had out of each other. We were trending in the right direction, but ultimately, we ran into a hot New York team who, I feel like they're getting momentum and they're playing better and better as these games are coming, and yeah, they came out hot. They threw haymakers early and they kept on." And over his 2 seasons with the Sixers, George has averaged 16.7 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 37.5% from deep, despite a limited number of games played. While his production has been considered tough sledding for the 9-time All-Star in Philadelphia, he has maintained a high level of defense and leadership. And looking back at his tenure, George emphasized the profound support he received from the Philadelphia fanbase. It was great. It was great. Great fans, the support, I think, through the ups and downs, through everything we've been through my situation, they've been supportive. They supported me through it, and to have an opportunity to play in the postseason, given everything that went on, especially last year, how much of a struggle last season was to give them a postseason this year was, I think, the positive and the highlight of it all, he stated. He concluded by expressing immense appreciation for the city's support, calling his experience with the fans amazing, and emphasizing that the shared goal remains to improve.